So I've just finished doing the video of this tent, and I thought I'd bring this part to the front of the video. Within this review or show and tell, let's say, I'm honest speaking, truthful. The company sent me the tent to have a look at, to give my thoughts about it, and everything I said in the video I stand by. If you got anything you want to say about it, if you think I'm wrong in any way, please do comment below, let me know about it. I just can't see what the company is seeing within this tent. So this is the first video of 2025 what I'm going to be doing something camping related. The only video I've done is showing you the fire pot meal, but in this video I'm going to be showing you the Solo Skyshade tent by ONEWIND. Now they have made a lot of other tents, but not like this. This is a proper tent, let's say, where it needs poles and everything like it. The other stuff, anyway, the other tent designs are all on YouTube. You put in ONEWIND on YouTube, you'll see what I mean. But I feel myself, but this is their first proper tent they've done. Now they've done a hot tent, they've done all sorts of things for hammocks, under blankets, quilts and stuff like that. There's some in my playlist what I will share in the description for you. You can check stuff out like that. But they kindly asked me, would I give my honest thoughts about the ONEWIND tent? Now I've already seen some at what maybe people might say I'm a bit out of order saying it. They say it's a 4 seasons tent. I've seen problems with it what will not make it a 4 seasons tent. The material might be 4 seasons, but the way the tent's designed, it will not handle any wind. And I will be honest right now about it. Just because they sent me it, I'm not going to pretend everything's perfect. I won't want people buying it and having this situation where, you know, it's not what they thought it was. So one thing I will say is I like this idea of these bag straps here, where you can put it at the bottom of your bag or on the top, and it's on there. So you do have these compression straps here, so you can strap it right down. I've just released them, as you can see. Now the tent, like I say, is their proper one, what does actually look like a tent. The one's like a bivy tents, and as you get it out of the bag, first thing you come to is the poles. I don't know if your tent pegs are in there. Yeah, tent pegs. So this is like the first look with me and you together, let's say. So you got pegs. Let's check out what the pegs look like. First time having it out of the bag. But what I've seen by the designs online and reading up about it, that's where I do question the idea of it being a 4 season. Yeah, these are the ONEWIND pegs that you do get with most of their equipment. And you get your tie out points there, 1, 2 of them. I were hoping there'd be 4 of them. Yeah, just 2 lengths of it. So the tent is here. Now it is all built in one by the looks of it, what is a good thing, because having a tent what you can pitch all at once, let's say, is better than having a tent where you've got to pitch the inner first and then put the fly sheet on. Not so good if the weather's bad. But then if you've got a tent where you can put the fly sheet on first and you've got to go inside and connect it all together, that can be a bit of a pain as well. But this one seems to be all connected, and straight away I can tell it's got a bathtub design there. It's got an hard plastic tube in there. You can see it bending, so it's like a plastic tube, but they've locked in by peeling this, and you pull it out there. But you'll want to keep that in place anyway, won't you? Right, let's have a look and get it set up, and I'll show you a couple of the features. Now 1 or 2 of the features I do think will be really good for a summer's night, especially if you've hiked up, let's say, a mountain somewhere and you want a view, but you want to be laying in your tent, or if you're doing a bit of fishing, maybe you could use this for that, or you just want to sit about, let's say. I'll show you what I mean about it. But first of all, I am going to get the poles connected to it. And all the poles are at the far end, like your head end, if that makes sense. So we'll get them connected up and I'll show you more about what I'm trying to say. Right, so the poles, once you get them out, you get 3 poles. Now 2 of them are the same length, and then the other one is a lot shorter, so you can't really mix up the shorter one to the longer one really. So there must be the taller ones, and my phone is going absolute mental at the moment. Right, so there's a taller one and there's the shorter ones. You can't really see it too well, but anyway, yeah. So the shorter ones are there, and the end there on the longer one, and the longer one keeps going. But this pole did actually come already pre-shaped, should you say. So I don't know how they've done that, but at least you don't have to struggle to do it yourself when you're putting it up for the first time. Now it's this side here where all your poles go. So you do have these sleeves here, so I'm thinking you do have to push them through the sleeves. Then there's like these hooks there. There's a little bit of tension in getting that in, but that's probably good because it makes the material nice and taut then, doesn't it? But yeah, the material does feel like one of their tarps, so they're using the same material by the looks of it, I think, anyway. So you see that there now? So, and then I'm guessing the bigger pole goes through this side here, connects to them eye holes there. Let's try that, let's give that a go. I'm trying to make this video more realistic than just doing it quite, you know, professional, let's say. I don't want to make them professional, I want to make them so they relate to everybody as a bit of a down-to-earth one. Like, look at that. My shoe, it's sort of hanging off my foot there. I want to be able to relate to everybody in my videos. Yeah, I think so I'm trying to make my video realistic and probably more down to earth as possible. Straight away I'm thinking we shouldn't have put these ones in first. We should have probably put the top one in. Let's release some of the tension by doing this. Right, oh, that's better. So yeah, you're probably more better off putting the longer one in position first. And then I think the ones that go over the top will probably lock in place a lot better. There we go, that seems a lot better, that, doesn't it? Now let's do the same with this. Yeah, there we go. So do put the longer pole in first, and then your front two poles, or the front or side poles, I don't know. I'm hoping the air vent does close off from the inside. I really do, because if they're saying this is a 4 Seasons tent, I'm not feeling it. This open vent here, I'm not seeing it. I don't get it. There's no way you can close it off if you want to block all the cold air coming through or wind. This seems to be, yeah, I'm not getting out of saying it's a 4 Season, and this isn't even the reason why I don't think it's a 4 Seasons tent, or why I know it wouldn't be good in high winds. But this is another problem. Anything within this video, if you disagree, please do comment below and let me know and tell me about it. In my opinion, and what I've used over the years, this will not handle 4 Seasons, like high wind and stuff like that. And I'm going to show you why. So all the poles at the back give it strength. Let me just show you what I mean. It's got the strength at the back to take the wind, but if you don't pitch it to the right wind direction, or the wind changes, then all the wind is just going to batter that. You see what I mean? There's absolutely no strength on the front end So if you're up a mountain or anywhere like where you're getting a lot of wind, that there is going to be pushed into you. It needs some sort of strength around the centre of that, just to keep the tent away from you if it's really windy. That's why I know it won't handle the wind, honestly. So what I'm thinking is, it is a single wall tent with the doors being the mesh, as you can see here, but the mesh goes all the way around the inside, so it's on a single wall really around the head area. When it comes to your feet and hips down, you do have a double layer, I think, as you can see there, and it ain't attached, but that's because you can take this off. I'll show you that in a second. Now this here, what I run about to you, the vent on the inside, you can actually pull this down and have it more open like that, and there's no way of closing the outer vent, so you can have a good view if there's something you want to look at outside there. But when you zip this up, that's best you're getting it. So you've got this here, you could hook it round there, but I guess single-handedly that's a bit of hard work. So it looks like that, but from the outside this is open, so if it's really windy, that's going to be flapping around like no tomorrow, because of the wind coming through hitting it there. So that's going to annoy you, and they give you a little pocket here, but I don't know why they didn't do the pocket all the way over. I feel this is a no. I just feel like this vent, the whole thing, is unnecessary. I think it's overthought. It can't last in a 4-season weather conditions, let's say strong wind, like I keep going on. It will not last in the wind. And try to keep warm if it's cold and you got that ice wind as well. You're just going to get ice wind blowing in at you in every direction. So that would be absolutely no good at all. I don't know, I'm even thinking it's probably just a 2 seasons tent. Look, ONEWIND might be unhappy about the way I talk about it, but they did ask me to give them my opinion, and I'm just doing that. I'm not being dishonest, I'm not making it up as I go along. You can see it for yourself. Everything does look seam sealed though, everything. When you look down here, like I say, you just see full mesh, and all this can lift up so you get a fantastic view. Let me show you that. Even the floor is seam sealed, you can see it there. Right, so when you're doing the next stage I'm showing you, you've got to fully unzip all the fly sheet top part, let's say. So you get some zip starting from here. Oh, look at my camera stand's knocked over. Right, yeah, so you got to start from here and you got to unzip it all the way around till it gets up in this place here, right at the top of the door. And that's on both sides, so there's 2 zips there, there's 3 zips. There's 3 zips on that side, but when you go around here, same again, you've got to do it all the way up. I think one of them zips should be here, and then what you can do if you want, you can just throw it over it. And then you start getting all this, don't you? See what I mean? So all this becomes your view. So you can have a good look out over a mountain or wherever you're camping. But there's something else you can do as well, but you need your hiking poles for this. Right, so the tent is set up how I want to show you. You've got your hiking poles that come up, and then it just lifts the fly sheet up at an angle. Now you can have this any size, you know, you don't have to have it as tall. You can bring it right down. They do say you can pull this out here like a wing, like that, so then it has that sort of look, but they don't put enough rope in it, like this stuff here, paracord, let's say. You think if that's what you could do, they'd offer you a couple more lengths, let's say one for each side, and another set of pegs. They give you just about enough pegs to peg the tent out, and then to peg these out here to hold your hiking sticks up. But you can get what I mean, can't you? If you're just laying in there and you're overlooking a mountain, you're going to get the fantastic view of it all, aren't you? Or if it's a lovely warm summer's night, you can just do that as well. Now, it is a one-man tent. You'll never get 2 people in it. But this is, it is different. They have tried to do something completely different to other brands. I do get that, and I do like the idea of it completely. You know, they've got the nice sort of ONEWIND sign here. They're not overthrowing the name over it like some other brands do. They're just making it subtle. It's there for you. This is a big problem. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. This is wrong. This sort of needs re-looking at. You can't have this in wind because it's just going to flap the inner piece completely going. If you're going to do it as a like an air vent for winter time, what you're going to want to do is put a cover on this where you can zip it up from the outside, what actually tucks under the vent shield part there, so you can completely cut the wind off. But as it's only coming to here, you're still going to get a lot of the wind and the cold air up into it. This here is not bad. It does need a rain test, so I do want to see how it copes within the rain. This here, it's got a bit of movement. I'm just not seeing the Four Seasons tent that they're seeing at all. What I did with the hiking pole, obviously I roped it out, but here I just managed to get it in between the bathtub cord there, so it just keeps it from slipping like that. That's probably a good idea. Bathtub in a mesh. So in summertime, you can, like I say, you can be in there at night time, you know, having a good view. You're covered from all the mosquitoes, midges, whatever wants to get on you. You are covered from that, but you do get the fantastic view as well. There's one other thing that I want to show you. So I've seen on their website, but they show a picture of the tent looking like this. Then there's someone sitting underneath the tarp piece, let's say, like that, for a little bit of shelter. Obviously these would be pinned out somewhere like this, you know, out, but I don't have no more rope to do that with. They didn't add enough, basically. So the thing you can do, see this, you can push the tent on the inside, but then you've got this, you've got the mesh hanging around, not doing anything. If this is the intention to do it like a little bit of a shelter as well, they need to design something on it for the netting, so you could just fold the netting. Maybe it's a little pocket up here, you know, something like that, or at the side here where you can just tuck the mesh in out of the way, because at the moment it's just dangling down. So they could find a storage place, just another little side pocket, just to screw your net up in like that. I'd say do it up here, you know, just have a little pocket there where you can just roll it up, or put, like, see one of these here, what you've done, just have that here so you can just do it through. Have one part of it coming from this side here, like the hoop, and have that little bit there on this side. Do 2 of them, one there and one there, and you can just roll the mesh up and keep it out of the way. And you do have the shelter there, and then they can be sitting under it, as you know, as they're showing on the website. I do like what ONEWIND are doing. They're trying to think outside the box by the looks of it. They're looking what tents are on the market and they're thinking, what can we do different? I do get that with this tent, but I think they're overthinking it, if I can explain that right. I think they, like I say, they're just going, what can we do is different, what not a lot is doing. And I think they're overworking it, and it's making the problems. I think they need to simplify it for a bit. Just get to what they're needing to do. I like the idea of it. Like I said, I just think they're going OTT. Now, some people are going to say, wow, ONEWIND are not going to like you saying this. I'm honest, There's no point me making a bad review about it by saying, wow, it's definitely 4 seasons, it's this, that, it's this, absolutely fantastic. Go get one. Here's my link below, here's my discount code. There is a discount code here, look, EWM23. Links in the description to any ONEWIND product. Use my code, you save money, I get a bit of discount next time round I want to buy something, and that's how it works. You know, EWM23. Check out if you want, but I'm just saying this item, it's not 4 seasons. It's going to collapse under wind. You're going to have the worst night of your life. I'm just being honest. I don't want you to spend your money on something and then when you get it you think, ah, this isn't what Dan was saying. What's English Woodsman talking about? This is terrible. I've wasted 100 and whatever pound it is on this tent and import tax and everything. That's what will happen. I feel like this pole idea is something they've made from a beach tent. You know, beach tent, you just get that, don't you? Cut off the fly sheet part there. You just get that, but a larger thing so you can sit on side it if you're getting, you know, dressed into your swimming costume or you're getting dried out at sea and stuff. That's what that is. That is that, 100%. But they're trying to do something different, that's what I'm saying. But I think on this item, they're way overthought it. They should have just made it as the tent and not added all this. But then again, I like what they're thinking. They're thinking different. They're not just getting a tent off of 3FUO gear and going, right, I want the same design as that, stick our name on it, make it a different shade of green, Bob's your uncle, will sell that as our item. We know that happens when you buy tents and stuff. We know the companies copy designs and just stick other names on them. I like the thinking outside the box. I just think they're going too far out of the box. Tape it back up a little bit, cut back on some of the problems. Now I think as a lightweight summer hiking tent, that is all it needs to be. That design, that is it. And we'll always have the hiking sticks when you're out hiking. So to have it lifted up, yeah, I can see that. But just this is probably my biggest thing. This is all right for summertime, but any other time, you know, you're talking spring maybe. But this is probably not such a good idea. But talk about ventilation, wow, you're going to get some. And I think you can see right at the bottom there, the bit more ventilation strip. But half of that will be covered by your sleeping bag anyway. But yeah, at least they're putting the vents in. So I'm just on the ONEWIND website checking out the tent, and by the looks of it, that inner mesh, what I says they need to make a pocket, it looked like they've pulled it all the way back and tucked it behind this vent here. So yeah, I'm just, like I say, looking it up. It does say 4 seasons tent, aluminium poles, 20D silicone ripstop fabric, 3000 hydrostatic head. I don't know that, I'm not going to test it until it rains. 40D nylon ripstop material on the inside, and the floor sheet is 5000 hydrostatic head, so that's pretty good. But like I say, if we're going to get some wind and rain all day, I'll come back, whack the tent up and have a better look at it then. Yeah, just the 4 seasons, I can't get it out of my head. You can have 4 seasons material, but it does not mean the tent is 4 seasons. I just struggle with that, I really do. So the overall length of it is 230 centimeters, so that's 90.5 inches. The height is 100 centimeters, so it's 39.4 centimeters inches, sorry. The width, the biggest width for where your head goes is 90 centimeters, so it's 35.5 inch, and the foot end is 70 centimeters, so that is 27.5 inch. So overall, once again, the length is 230 centimeters, 90.5 inches, and then the height is 100 centimeters, 39.4 inches. Yeah, That's everything on there what I can say. The rest of it I will put in the description if you want to read all that. Like I say, and I'm just going to keep saying it, they're trying, just leave it as a tent, as a nice cheap budget summer tent. I think it would do a lot better. Now the colour's fantastic. Look at that. It's like a weird, like greeny into browny colour, if that makes sense. But it does look nice colour, doesn't it? It will do very well in some woodland, that, on a nice warm summer's night. Yeah, I just don't think high winds or like that you're going to be all right in that. I'm just being honest, that's all I can say. I'm not insulting it. Well, I am. Gosh, let's tell the truth. It's not 4 seasons. Some of the design on it is ridiculous, but I'm just being honest. I wouldn't want you to watch my video, say, oh, Dan said it's brilliant, and you get it and then you're disappointed. Look at this for a little bit. Does this, I don't know, does it not mind you one of them beach tents? Or like a fishing bivy? They need a pole what's got there, but if they could just put a pole maybe from the bottom over there, like a hoop, something like that. But a summer tent, that is as good as it needs to be. You know, ONEWIND are fantastic for the hammocks. The hammock equipment, the down equipment for hammock camping in winter time, it cannot be knocked. They're probably one of the better brands online for hammock camping equipment. They've got a big hot tent out what's absolutely fantastic to put your hammock inside of it. I see they're just getting into tents, but end of the day, they do need people, to be honest, when they send these tents out for a review, like a show and tell. So I've showed you the tent, I've showed you putting up, I've showed you bits and bats about it. Next, you need to see me spend a night in it, so that is what I will do next. And then we'll have an overall idea of the condensation in it, if the air vents work as good as it is, how waterproof it is. I know it'll be shocking in wind, so I don't need to come back and do that, but yeah, next time you're definitely going to see me doing an overnight camp in it. For summertime, it's going to be great. It's just slightly over 1 kilo in weight, so take that up a mountain somewhere and be fine up there. That'd be fantastic. A bit of woodland camping, you'll be fine in that. I just feel everything else, do bear in mind what the tent is. Do you like my honesty? You can subscribe here, put another video up there for me. I'll put another video up there for you, sorry. You can check out more of the videos if that's what you want to do. But I'm just being honest.